Why is Trump so obsessed with Jimmy Kimmel and U.S. late-night TV shows? What is U.S. late-night TV if it isn't riffing on the political news of the day? Since ABC made the decision to indefinitely suspend comedian Jimmy Kimmel from his late-night talk show after on-air remarks about the killing of Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump has encouraged further action against other late-night hosts. Yet, such topical humor has been a feature of late-night TV since NBC launched the format in the mid-1950s.
Jimmy Kimmel, and he's a decent, funny, and loving guy.
Anybody could replace him. Guy had no talent. He's a whack job.
In fact, throughout modern history, presidents in particular have understood the cultural value of late-night TV and dutifully played their part in this uniquely American symbiosis, from JFK to the present-day politicians. Steve Allen, the radio man who launched what would become The Tonight Show, regularly poked fun at political figures in his opening monologues, but in a measured, self-deprecating style that was typical of the era. It wasn't until comedian Johnny Carson took over in 1962 that The Tonight Show transformed into a cultural institution where politics was mined for nightly material.
There's a very reasonable explanation for what
from Kimmel, but he appears to be lawyering up.
Carson resorted to impersonations and satire to highlight the human inconsistencies within politics, and borrowed from Abbott and Costello's Who's On First sketch to parody Ronald Reagan's rhetorical doublespeak. Carson, oft touted as the king of late night, stuck to humor that called out the absurdities of politics without taking a particular side. As The Tonight Show mushroomed into one of the most popular shows on U.S. television, attracting 17 million nightly viewers at its peak, Americans came to see Carson as a clearer lens on current events than straight news.
Pre-tape or yesterday about the drama involving
the country are shocked by this blatant honor.
A 2022 article in the journal Social Science Research found that Carson's daily mentions of Richard Nixon or Watergate in the early 1970s was a major contributor to the president's approval rating crash, underscoring Carson's tremendous influence on the bygone monoculture in his nearly 30 years on air. Before Carson, political figures really only sat down with Dick Cavett and similarly tweety late-night hosts. Cavett's 1970 interview with Georgia Lieutenant Governor Lester Maddox, which saw the segregationists storm off in response to Cavett's pointed questioning, definitely wasn't played for laughs.
Another story claims a source
You cannot give an inch.
normally hosts the Daily Show on Mondays made a special appearance.
Nixon's and John F. Kennedy's separate Tonight Show appearances in the 1960s as presidential candidates broke ground. The office was thought to be above late-night larking. But then Reagan's Tonight Show stops as governor of California, and his clubby relationship with Carson firmly established late-night TV as an extension of the political arena and announced the former Workaday actor as a true star.
And also, you couldn't let me enjoy this.
It comes just one day.
It wasn't until the 1990s, when Carson was heading for retirement and the competition for his crown and ratings was growing more intense, that you begin to see presidential hopefuls pursuing late-night appearances as part of a strategy to connect with younger voters keen for a more relatable stripe of politician. That's what we can say. Don't forget to support our channel by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. We thank you all for your support.
Pre-tape or yesterday about the drama involving
The country are shocked by this blatant honor to call Jimmy Kimmel my friend.
It was a late